Here's the thing about humans. We don't necessarily punch first, but we punch back. See, they failed. Beautiful. So yeah, I have every single... I am of the firm opinion that humanity has never been stronger, more steady, both mentally and physically, than we are right now. And why do I think that? Well! Do you know how easy it is to be cynical? Do you know how easy it is to be a realist? You're not a realist. You're being freaking what's it called? You're not a realist. You're just a low morale. You're just being negative. You know, cynicism is so easy. Cynicism is a bad value. You know what's a Chad value? Positivity. Positivity and optimism is a Chad value because it's hard to be optimistic. It's hard to maintain high morale. It's hard to have high hopes for the future because you will get disappointed. It's easy to be cynical. It's easy to be pessimistic. It's easy to say the next generation is a bunch of lazy ass entitled little shits. It's hard to take the time to see that the next generation will most likely do things better than we currently are doing. Every single one of the people that we look up to in history and in fantasy literature are optimists. They fight for what's good. They take on impossible odds, and they change both imaginary world and the real world for the better. But that is hard. They don't give up. They don't at things that are happening. It is so hard, but so honorable to be optimistic. It is such a difficult thing to maintain high hopes for the future. And that is why it's worth doing. Do you think we would like Lord of the Rings if Aragorn was like, I'm not even human. I'm Numenor. All these humans are fucking up the world. I'm not going to do shit. I'm just going to stay in the woods and smoke my pipe and go down on Arwen on the side until she leaves. Whatever. Of course the elves are leaving. I'm not going to change shit. No, nobody would read Lord of the Rings. I mean, you think we would cheer for Frodo if he was like, why? We don't need to destroy the ring, Isn't that how the elves are? No! The elves have to leave Middle-earth because their immortality is fading. Which is why you don't really pay attention to the elves in Lord of the Rings. You pay attention to Arwen because Arwen is optimistic. She bets her immortality on the world getting better. They actually have to leave because they don't belong there. Exactly. Seriously. It's so easy to be negative. It's so easy to be pessimistic. It's so easy to be cynical because that protects us. But positivity, optimism, and an open heart is hard because it leaves us vulnerable. But the strongest people in the world dare to be vulnerable. Nothing is braver. Nothing is harder. Nothing is more terrifying than allowing yourself to be disappointed. Because in being disappointed, we strive for something better. And that is true value. And being negative is boring as fuck. I really don't understand people indulging in it. Exactly. You want to fight those windmills. You want to have faith in the fact that the world can get better. For reference, watch Sam speak from Lord of the Rings. My point is, brave people look to the future with positivity and with a dream that things can get better. Because if we don't think that things can get better and everything has gotten worse, then what's the point? Nihilism is giving up. You ever spoken to someone being pessimistic or, nihilistic about existence? It's the most boring fucking conversation you'll ever have. Talk about someone who's excited about literally anything in the future. It's one of the most engaging, fantastic, and constructive conversations you'll have. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But what does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasm, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Theodore Roosevelt. Yes! Fuck's sake, yes.